We're back!
Okay, today is Tuesday, May 25th, 2010, and we are talking about school, as in high school.
What?
Yeah. The topics that we had to talk about that today were the, when different schools get out and things like that. And we know in our area, our school gets out at 2:48 or 2:50, depending on the day. And on one day we get out at 2:16 for games and stuff like that.
Yeah, and for extra help, which I need a lot of.
Yeah. But then we were talking about how the public schools around us, some get out at like 2 or
yeah, there's one school that is
2:10 or something like that.
It's around 2. Very basically. And then another school around us, a private school, they get out at like 12:30 because they're seniors. There's nothing left to learn.
Yeah, and some schools seniors get to leave early.
We get senior projects. Woo!
So yeah. And going along with that, the time for how long each class is, we're trying to look it up, but it was kind of hard, that basically the human mind can only keep focused on one subject for around like 40 to 50 minutes, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and our classes are 48 minutes, which is pretty nice. It's pretty smart of our school.
Yeah.
Except for the double, which is like 75 minutes, which is way too much.
But we don't have to do any anymore though.
I know. At one school around us, their classes are 4 hours long. No, wait.
They have 4 classes a day, but they're like 80-something minutes long, whereas our classes are 40 minutes-ish long, and we have 7 a day. 7.
Today, Junior. 7. That rhymes with my name. But yeah, that makes more sense than 4 hours. But personally, I don't think I would be able to pay attention for that long.
No.
I have the attention span of a rodent on good days. What was I talking about?
But the school hours in other countries, we have Spain, for most schools, go from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and then to 3:30 to 5, or full-time, which is pretty much like ours, 9 to 2.
Except better, because we have to go at 8 to 3, and I don't like waking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know France has sort of a split in the middle day, because they get like 2 hours for lunch, so they can get their croissants, and which is nice, but then they have to stay at school like an extra 2 hours to make up for that, so they get out at 5. I don't know, personally, I'd rather wolf down my lunch and get out at 3.
It would be nice to, like, you know, our school sometimes has like late start days for random reasons, and and it's like we go in at like, what is it, 9:30, or school starts at like 9:30, and then we still get out at like 2:40, and that's like really nice. Yeah.
I think it would be nice because then, since we stay up so late to do our homework, you could sleep in and maybe catch a few hours, or you could go to bed and then wake up and get your homework done in the extra hour you have or whatever. Which would be super.
Oh yeah.
Private versus public.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I like the fact that I went to a private school, because
to get education.
And like, you have to be closer to your teachers.
Yeah, that's definitely nice. Like, if you need extra help, you can get it, like we said, at Wednesdays at our school. It ends out at 2:15, so you can spend a lot of extra time with your teacher because you just don't get it!
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of negativity surrounded around private schools, though, because I feel like
everyone I meet, they ask where I go to school, and I tell them, and it's a private school, and they go, oh,
so you're rich? And I'm like,
or you're smart. You're rich or you're smart. That's what everybody thinks.
And I'm like,
personally, I'm not really either.
Yeah. I'm like, no. And then they go, oh, and they like don't believe you, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. The only thing I can say about public schools, definitely, I mean, obviously, I've never been to a public school, which is actually kind of sad. Even from kindergarten on, it was a private school. At my first school, there were only 7 people in the 9th grade. Yeah.
Good time.
But I think it would have been nice to have more people in the school, just more kids, so that, like, I have issues getting along with some people who I find useless, so it'd be nice to have a bigger pool of people to be able to choose from. I have Sam, though, that's okay. I have issues with homework.
Duh.
We get a lot of it, and when I say a lot of it, I'm not kidding. I would sometimes, I mean, not this year because it's senior year, but in other years, especially like sophomore year. I'm sorry if I'm boring you.
Sophomore and junior year, that's all.
Sophomore, oh God, junior year. But yeah, we would get almost like 5 hours of homework, and that's us. I mean, we slack. Yeah. So I'm sure the kids in, like, there are kids that take, like, AP Bio, AP Calc, BC Calc, all that super stuff that I didn't get into. They'd be up all hours of the night, and I just think it's ridiculous. And then teachers are like, why won't you stay awake? And I'm like, because I only got 2 hours of sleep because I was working on your project and this other project, and I had sports, and I didn't even score a goal. But, yeah. So I think that's one thing I could do with less of, is a lot of homework. I mean, it definitely makes you learn the material much better.
I hate when teachers give you busy work for homework. They're just like, do 1 through 100 just cuz.
Yeah, just cuz.
Like, when you do, like, the first, like, 5, or, like, a random 5, you pretty much know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's really not necessary.
Math. Especially, I hate it when they have those huge frickin' homework things where it's just like 1 through 5, 30 through 70 odd, 100 through 20 even, and then it's just like, it's like this long list of homework, and I'm like,
100 through 20.
I told you I wasn't good at math. I can count to purple. Yay. But, and those coaches are always like, oh, well, you can go to 9th period, it's fine, that always comes first. They're lying.
Yeah, when you do go, they're like, why?
And then, like, they start not believing you, and they ask you to bring in notes, and you're like, I swear, I'm bad at math. I thought 2 times 3 was a frog. That's a bad example. But, yeah, and then they get mad at you, and it's really not fair, because we do go to a prep school. Some classes, Sam took an awesome class this year, film.
Yeah.
Which made this all possible.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not saying get rid of homework.
No.
But just make it reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable is all we ask.
Especially when they make tests that don't have anything that you've done. Like, it was in the homework.
Oh.
No, it wasn't actually in the homework.
No. No. I can't stand that. There are just some teachers who just drive you crazy. Or when they hire teachers who just don't know how to teach, but are brilliant. They just don't know how to get it out. I've had those too. Which is frustrating, because basically it's just back and forth. Me being like, I don't get it, and then being like, how do you not get it? It's so simple. It's just a quadratic mess of calculations under 1,000 of these things, plus 6 minus n over sine cosine. And I'm like, I don't get it. How can you not get it? It's so simple! That's it!
We'll have
Are you okay, man?
No. Okay. We'll have a new subject tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be doing this every day, except for Saturday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
Except for next Monday,
except
it's a holiday.
Next Monday, because it's Memorial Day. Okay, thanks for tuning in.
I'm gonna wear white. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, Carl.